I hate this fucking phone. I swear to God, I'm gonna throw it across the goddamn room. I'm gonna throw the goddamn phone across the goddamn room. I ain't even playing. I need to get a new fucking phone. That's it. Like, every time I go fucking live, this shit happens. I'm tired of this shit. For the fucking love of God. Come on. I am so done with this fucking phone. I'm going to throw it out the goddamn window at any moment. If it doesn't work the fuck right. You know. I'm so tired of it. Hello, how are you? And if it doesn't fucking work, I'm gonna throw it out the goddamn window and it's raining. I don't give a shit. Like, I'm so fucking done with it. Hello. How's everybody? So, how's everybody's day going? How's everybody's weekend? How's everybody enjoying their weekend? Me, my neck is hurting. That's why I'm sitting like this. It hurts. Oh my god. Yeah. Maybe if I scoot down a little bit. Okay. Maybe. Oh. Okay. Hello. How are you? So, I I posted on Facebook, and something told me to post, so I did. I'll read you the post. And I'm grateful for all the support. I really am, because I love him. Uh, anyways, that's a nice view. Um, so I posted, and the fuck? Oh, and let me read what I posted. I'll read both of them. Last night, and 17 hours ago, I said, I'm posting this to let everyone know right now that I know about the articles that were written calling me a scammer and everything else. So to prove my point that I'm not, because people want to say whatever and they want to even whatever they want to even write articles that am I am. I took down the GoFundMe. Not because I had to, not because I have anything to hide, but because I'm going to prove a point. The GoFundMe ended up with $217 in donations, which after it took, was less than 200. Da da da. Okay. Then today, I posted. So I know what the gist of the articles that have been written inside, and so now I figure it's time to give some information about myself that might make people think differently than the way they do right now. Once they see this, I have dysphoria in my left eye, and I have a birthmark on the base of my lower back on the right side of my spine. The person I believe to be my biological mother was 5'8", and if you look closely at the photos of this person, it looks like they have an Adam's apple, and most likely, after what I figure, this person was most likely born intersex and not able to ever give birth, let alone conceive a child that says can see. I was talking to text, and I said I remember how when I was taken, and I said other memories and everything. It's a very long one. Um, But here's where it got interesting. So the picture of Sue. Someone, responded with, "Does she have a sister?" I said, "Yeah, she has two sisters, her oldest sister," and I told her everything. And it says, "Do you know Ruth Daly?" And I'm like, "Does she have a granddaughter or a niece named Becky? And a daughter or a niece named Kim?" I can't remember Becky's mom. And she's like, "I think so." And I said, "Okay. Bettendorf, Iowa." "Yeah, think so." Like, okay. So this person is a mutual mind on here. And come to find out, and they're from Tennessee. They have seen that picture in their house, in their like at their mom's house before. Now the mom, I guess the mom's no longer here or whatever. But Ruth Daly, my understanding, I was told, passed away years ago. So after talking to her for a few, she is most likely she's related to Sue. Sue's related to her. And I finally looked at her profile, looked at the pictures of her. I'm like, shit. So what I figure, Sue, I'm pretty sure at this point, Jack had an affair with either this woman's mother or with Ruth Daly. And Ruth Daly lived down the block and around the corner, a couple doors down, from Joan and Jack. Now, Ruth never, Becky, I used to play with Becky, her niece or granddaughter, great niece or granddaughter, whatever. And I would stay at Becky's house. But Becky never stayed at Joan and Jack's house. So either Ruth had an affair and gave birth to Sue and was there and watching over or whatever, or Ruth lived there to keep an eye, to watch Sue grow up or whatever, and her real mother was, yeah. And I said, "Do you know?" I sent the picture of the child in the red dress. Never seen that picture before. I'm like, okay, that narrows that down. So I'm like, do you remember? Do you remember if the do you know if the baby? Because she said the baby. I didn't post the baby. I just posted her up close. I said, and she told me about the baby. I was like, "Do you know if the baby was a boy or a girl?" She said the baby looked like a boy. Let that sink in. Sue is related to this woman somehow because her mother always said, "That's kin. That's kin," about Sue. How would this woman end up with a picture of Sue and this baby in Tennessee? I'll wait. Joan was not Sue's mother. And the story goes, when Joan had Sue, they both almost died. Yeah, Jack is Sue's father because Sue and Carol look alike, right? However, Joan is not Sue's mother. Jack had an affair. And it's very possible that Joan had given birth and the baby did pass away. And so they got the Sue as a replacement. But Jack would definitely be the father. And Sue could have been male. Because they have this thing where they, like, if you kidnap a kid or you're switching a kid or something and like, what better way to hide it? You have this kid that is not yours but your husband's from an affair, right? And So then and it's a boy, and then you do the surgery in that to make it a girl. And then the question remains, where did the other children come from and where are they now? But that was a boy in the picture with Sue, not a girl. It's crazy, huh? Sue was born male, raised as female, and Joan was not Sue's mother. Now I'm starting to wonder something else. Jack had been married before he married Joan. That's what I was told. And when he went off to the Korean War, the woman just packed everything up and left him, and he never saw her again. How? Then how did you marry Joan? Don't you have to have two parties to you got to sign the divorce papers, right? How are you going to say you never saw your ex-wife again if you got divorced? If she just picked up and left, how'd you get a divorce if you never saw her again? So now here's the question. Who is Jack's first wife? And is his first wife Sue's biological mother? And if so, what year was Sue actually born? Or did he cheat on Joan with his ex-wife? But if, in fact, I had been that child, right, then they would have had a picture of the child in the red dress and then a picture. They would have had pictures of me, too. If, in fact, I was related. Hello, Dylan. So here's what I figured. Sue was probably born a male and raised as female. Had the surgery to make her female between 1972 and 73 when she was on public assistance. And Jack is her biological father, but Joan is not her mother. So that begs the question, who is her biological mother and who is Jack's first wife that he supposedly never saw again after that, after she picked up and left and he found it, she got back from the Korean War and she was gone, never saw her again. Well, how the fuck did you get a divorce to marry Joan then? So, here's the question. Who's Jack's first wife? And is she the biological mother of Sue? And that was a boy in that picture. Furthermore, then the question, here's a different question, different topic, well, a little bit different. If someone is searching for his daughter so badly and wants to find her so badly for over 44 years, right? And a female comes forward that has the same eye condition, the same birthmark, in the same spot, and has memories of the day she was taken, and has been aware of the memories of that, why would you then go and tell BBC News and the Daily Mirror and so on and so forth and get police involved and lie to them? Why would you lie to discredit this person and get them not, and do your best to get them not to do a DNA test? Make it make sense. You're searching so desperately to find your daughter, but you're going to go to the media and tell them lies, that she's a scammer. And, the definition of scammer definitely is missed on people, because the definition of scam is what? You asking for money for one thing and spending it on something else. So how am I a scammer? Especially, no, he doesn't. How am I a scammer? Especially when and I can prove everything, including calling me a liar, that FBI and that won't help me, and this, that, and the other. Dude, he's had so many roadblocks for all this time, right? But you don't think that I'd have roadblocks too? It's a good thing I record conversations and take screenshots and everything, isn't it? Because that's defamation of character. And if in fact you got the cops involved and lied to the police, stating that I was harassing you, and you have no evidence of it, but you're going to claim it, and I can prove otherwise, you could go to jail for that. And I'm going to make myself abundantly motherfucking clear. If I did go ahead and do this DNA test, because I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, cool, I'm good. If I were to do this DNA test and it did come back as a match, do you honestly think at this point, because of everything that's been said, that I would want a reunification? When someone that wants, when you're slandering my name, and you don't even have to say my name because everybody knows who it is. You really think that if I do the DNA that I'm going to want to do a reunification with him? Why would I want to reunite with him if I came back that as a match to Catrice? If it comes back that if I were to go do the DNA test and it came back as a match to Catrice, why would I want to go and reunite with him when he said the shit that he said? Now, I said I understood what the family, whatever the family says, and I get it. But what he said, you say, insinuating that I'm harassing you and everything else, when I never fucking reached out to you in any fucking motherfucking way, shape, or form. Like, for real? And calling me a scammer, learn the definition. Learn the motherfucking definition. Scammer. When you're asking for money, and you tell them it's for one thing, but you spend it frivolously on something else that you want, but yet, I have the evidence that I bought the ticket and have the ticket. Just like I took a screenshot of how much the GoFundMe made before I deleted it. And how much my ticket actually was. And what's funny is, I'm very grateful for the support, and someone even said that I should start the GoFundMe again. They commented that I should start it again if I need it. I have thought a lot about it, and I don't even know if I'm at the point where you don't seem to want to really find your daughter. Because when you're doing this shit and running my name into the fucking mud, because everybody knows who it is, whether you tell the name, whether you say the name or not, everybody knows who it is. Now, you want to fucking sit there and say I'm this, that, and the other, and actually flat out blatantly lie, saying that I'm harassing you. You got the cops involved in shit. Blatantly lie. If I did a DNA test and it came back as a match, I would not do reunification with him. Point blank, period. I would do it with her, with the mom, but not with him. He like what I've dealt with in my life. I'm good. I don't like. What happens with me is, you show me one time that you're doing anything like this, I'm good. You stay the fuck away from me. I don't fuck who it is. I don't give a fuck who it is. Because clearly it's very obvious and apparent that he doesn't. Because at the same time, you're saying she's a scammer. She's using my family's misery to scam people for money, for monetary gain, and I gotta get cops involved because she's harassing and all this shit, right? But at the same time, then you say, we know Catrice is out there, and hopefully she comes forward. Bitch, I had the same eye condition, the same birthmark, and in my memory of the day I was taking lineup. And the Sue looks exactly like the sketch of the suspect. And Jesus fucking Christ, I'm so fucking. Make the fucking shit make sense. You want to find your daughter, but you do this to everybody, any female that comes forward, so that she might be Catrice, and drag her name through the goddamn mud. So why the fuck would anyone want to do a DNA test having to deal with that type of shit? You go into the media and that, I can sue you for fucking defamation of character. I will fucking reach out to every media outlet there is in the UK. Don't fucking play with me. You want to sit there and lie about me? Okay, I will reach out to every journalist there is and tell them the truth and send them the evidence that you're lying. Don't fuck with me. Like, I'm not sure where this comes in. You know what I mean? Defamation of character, motherfuckers. Like, I don't play. So I'm at the point of not even doing the DNA test. So here's what I want to say. If you have sent me money, there was 4 people. If you have if you sent money to the GoFundMe, let me know, and then send me your PayPal and whatnot. I'll send it back when I get paid. Yeah, I'm such a fucking scammer, huh? Anybody, the 4 people you don't want it back? Thank you, hon. You sure? Like I said, if the 4 people want it back, I'm more than willing to send it back. I'm not like that. Going to the BBC and the Daily Mirror and all that bullshit and saying you getting cops involved, that I'm harassing you and shit. Fuck you. When none of it's true. Saying I'm a scammer when fuck you, I got proof I'm not. Saying that I'm lying about FBI and that not helping me, fuck you, I got proof. I'm a natural born detective. You think I don't, come on now. I've had to prove everything I've said my entire fucking life. Why the fuck would I not have the evidence? But please, show the evidence where I was harassing you. Show the evidence where I harassed you and won't leave you alone and all this shit. Show the evidence. Because, bottom line is, if you tell the police that someone who is harassing you and shit like that, and you can't prove it, and it turns out to be a fucking lie, you could go to jail. Common fucking sense tells you that. So my question is, why is he trying so damn hard to discredit me if he wants to find his daughter so badly that he's trying to get me not to do the DNA test? Think about that one. You say all this shit, derogatory shit about me, but then you say, I know Catrice is out there and I want her back, and hopefully she'll come forward. Really? You sure about that? You want her back so bad, you're fucking any female that comes forward that might be your daughter, that has evidence that she might be your daughter. Never fucking once did she say that she was 100% your daughter. I made it fucking abundantly clear. There are reasons for me to believe that I might be, not I am. And even if I was biologically Catrice, I wouldn't claim you for my father after what you did. Why the fuck would I? I've been through enough. I don't need that type of person in my life. Fuck that shit. I will never, ever beg for anybody to be a part of my goddamn life. A couple people had let me know about it. And finally, when I was on live, I went on it and I read a little bit. And yeah, said he is fuming that this person from America, they know it's me, obviously, that that this woman is using his family's misery to get money to scam people. And that he's got something about getting the police involved, that basically saying I've been harassing, and that it's like, when? Show the evidence, please. And saying that I lied, saying that, when I said that FBI and that won't help me here, and that I'm getting roadblocks, but I'm lying about that too, right? It's great to have evidence proving otherwise. The fact that you don't know anything about me, but you do know that I have the evidence of my memories and her, and you want to say that you still want to do that bullshit? Okay. I will reach out to I will reach out to I will find out every, however many journalists I can contact, and I will reach out to them and I will say, this is all BS lie. I have the evidence to contradict what he said. And if he's going to say that, and because everybody knows it's me, and I'm going to say, if he thinks that, like, he's saying I'm harassing and that, show the evidence that I did. Show the evidence that I'm harassing you. You got the motherfucking wrong one. Shit. If I were to do the DNA test and it did come back as a match, the whole reunification thing, I would I would do it with Sharon and probably Natasha, but not him. Not after that. Not after that. And family is what you make of it. Family ain't biological shit. Come on, man. Family is what you make of it. Doesn't mean biological. You're looking so damn hard you didn't look anywhere but Germany and England. Never thought to look in fucking America? No. Shit affects my health and everything else. I don't need somebody like that in my life. I'd rather make my own family. Yeah, I got the seed mob, I got Frankie, I got, people on here. I don't need somebody that's gonna say shit like that about me when I did nothing fucking wrong. Is this what he does every time somebody comes forward? That's my fucking question. Do you do this every time somebody comes forward so your daughter isn't found? Is it just an act that you want to find your daughter? That's what I'm wondering. Is the whole thing a fucking act this whole fucking time, these 44 years, over 44 years, that you want to find her? Has it been an act the whole goddamn time? And nobody can blame me for feeling this way. Or wondering that, because what the fuck else am I going to think? You're lying about me to the media. Constantly, it seems. Not just one news media outlet, but many. But several different media. The Daily Mirror, BBC News, and shit. BBC, you lied about me to BBC News? You look so dumb right now. When I can prove everything I fucking said. Because I've always had to. What was one of my biggest fears? That if it came back that I was, for some reason or another, he wouldn't want anything to fucking do with me. And look what the fuck. Oh, and Hartlepool News. You went and ran your fucking mouth to BBC News, Daily Mirror, Hartlepool News, saying bullshit lies about me. Do you really think that I'm not going to contact them? That's my question. Does he really think I'm not going to contact these people and let them know the truth? And then they're going to wonder, once they see the evidence, why are you lying? Why did you say this? Why are you calling her this? Why did you say she's a scammer when she has the ticket and has proven that? Why would you sit there and say that she's harassing you when she's not? Why would you lie about her? He went himself to report this shit. So why? Oh, why? Would he lie about me? Like, you got fucking dumb. So now what I'm going to do, I'm not going over there. They want me to do the DNA test now? They can come to me. I will cut my losses with the goddamn ticket. They want to find Catrice. They want my DNA. Now they get to come to me. I've spent so much time gathering so much evidence, trying to find out who I actually am. And all I wanted to do was find out who I am and reunite with my real family. That was it. But no. So now, I'm just going to change my name legally to Grace Murray. And a different last name. And I'm going to move on with my life. And I am going to be successful. I am going to do whatever I want in my life. I'm going to follow my dreams. I'm going to keep singing. I'm going to start acting. I'm going to get back doing an entertainment thing. I'm going to do whatever I need to do to make my life amazing. And the only one that's missing out is him. And the family has no one to blame but him for this. And I feel so bad for her mom and so bad for her sister because of him. This is why I'm not going to do the DNA test unless they come to me. I have the ticket. I can prove I have the ticket. Just like I can prove how much I spent on the ticket. Just like I can fucking uh, show how much the GoFundMe made before I shut it down. Just like I have the phone conversations between me and FBI, me and missing persons, and all that shit. But you want to run your mouth. Go into the Daily News or the Daily Mirror, BBC News, and fucking Hartlepool News and all this bullshit and claiming to the police that I'm fucking harassing you. Yeah, it was him, yeah. I was notified about the article by a couple people. It was the dad. It was Richard Lee. Now, maybe people should ask, why would you lie when she can prove what she says? Yeah, from my understanding, yeah. Something about getting the police involved in shit. I've never once reached out to any of them. Not one motherfucking time. Calling me a scammer, calling me that, and this, that, and the other. It's like, learn the definition. And why are you going to all these news outlets when I was very much made myself clear I was not going to reach out to you in any way, shape, or form. And I had no intention of you ever finding out until the DNA test was done. And the fact that I had my fucking ticket in January, I got it. So, tell me. Well, all of a sudden now, I don't know. It seems that he wants to, but yet at the end of all that, he's like, I know Catrice is out there, and hopefully she'll come forward. But anybody that comes forward, you run them into the dirt. Even if I did the DNA test and it came back as Catrice, do you honestly think I'm going to want a reunification with you? No. The only reason I would do the DNA is if they came to me and say, look, we need to solve this. Can you help us out? I would do it. I would do it for Sharon. And I would do it for Natasha. But no way, shape, or form, if I did it, would I want anything to do with Richard Lee. Not after all this. The only reason I would do it at this point would be for Sharon. For Sharon and for Natasha, not for Richard. And if it came back as a match, I don't need to have anything to do with him. He doesn't need to be part of my life. I would, if Sharon decided that she wanted to meet me, of course. Natasha, of course. But Richard, nah. I'm good. Run me into the ground again. You didn't say my name, but that don't mean shit because everybody knows it's me. Play with me. You got the wrong motherfucker. And if it came back not a match, I was never going to contact them or say a fucking word to them. They would have never heard from me at all, unless I did the DNA and it came back as a match. Oh no, it's me because he mentioned the GoFundMe, saying and I have emails and that kind of thing from people stating that he thinks I'm a scammer. I have the email. I will read the email. I received it yesterday. Somebody even said I should start the GoFundMe again. But let me read this. It says, Hi there, Heather. My name is Kaylee, and I'm a journalist based in Newcastle, England. I'm getting in touch regarding the fundraiser you have set up in named Bring Catrice Lee Home DNA Test in the UK. I've spoken to Catrice's dad, Richard, this morning, who believes you are a scammer lying to con people out of money in the name of his daughter and has caused great upset. I wanted to ask you if you had any response to this, why you set up the fundraiser, why authorities have not helped you believe, why you have authorities not helped you if you believe you are Catrice. Thanks so much for your time. I'm going to reach out to her again because I shut down the GoFundMe. But this is what I said. I said I am 100% not a scammer, and I bought my ticket back in January. The amount, obviously, that was raised, as you can see, was $217. The amount I got for my ticket was over $500. I'm changing it to go over there sooner, which is going to cost me another $300 to $400 to change it. The reason I started the GoFundMe is because I'm on SSI and I have chronic illnesses and chronic pain. I'm just trying to find out who I am and who I am for sure, but I promise you I'm not a scammer. I was kidnapped when I was little, and I remember the day I was kidnapped, and I'm going to attach the photo of the person who I knew as my biological mother, and I told her, I said, and she never had a monthly cycle, and also had never had to shave her face, her arms, or her legs. And I have a lot of evidence against the people who kidnapped me, and the fact that they were one of the highest ranking members in the Masonic fraternity and Eastern Star of the Order of Amaranth. I have memories before I was overtaken. I remember sitting on a bed, and I told her about the memories, and about the person that I sat on the bench with, and the blue, and how I was wearing blue overalls and that. And I have dysphoria in my left eye and suspected glaucoma. And I remember the day I was taken. I remember the word shelving, and I said all this. The man in a gray suit, gray hat, and all that. Let's see. But I'm going to have to find out this. And I said also Matthew Young had reached out to me back in March and asked me what evidence I had to support that I was Catrice. And when I told him everything, including sending the photos, so yeah. So they know it's me, obviously. So I sent the photos of me, one of my, and then me, my daughters, and then Sue. You cannot say that's not, K Kaiser northnews.co.uk. So I'm gonna have to reach out to her again because I'm gonna send the rest of the evidence because I didn't really see, like when I read and stuff. Sometimes I have to read it a couple times to actually have it all absorbed because of my condition and that kind of thing. So it's kind of hard. Um, but yeah, call me a scammer. I will expose you, motherfucker. I am not in any way, shape, or form a scammer. But at least she reached out to me. Right? Like, you don't even know me and you're fucking running your mouth about me. I am not the one. I've never had anyone fucking protect me. None like that. It's always been me depending on me. So I don't need anybody. I never have. Why would I now? Nobody ever fucking protected me. I saved my fucking self. I saved my goddamn self, man. Why would I ever want anything to do with someone that runs my name in the mud without ever knowing anything about me? Without ever learning anything, without even giving me a fucking chance to even do the goddamn DNA test. You're gonna call me a scammer and every fucking other thing. Never in my fucking life. I never did nothing to nobody. I always did everything to do the right thing. I always did the right thing. Ugh. Why is this affecting me like this? It's fine. I'm used to it. I'm used to it. I don't know why it's affected me like this. Fuck that hoe. Fuck that hoe. Shit. Fuck that hoe. Fuck that hoe. Motherfucker. I don't know why I'm crying. I'm fucking pissed. Fuck that hoe. So sick of being lied about. Went to the goddamn media for what? You want to keep lying? That's the dumbest fucking shit you can fucking do. Please keep motherfucking lying. Please. When I can prove every fucking thing I fucking said. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm cool. No big deal. It's no big fucking deal. I'm used to being dealing with this shit. I'm used to it. I'm used to being thrown away and nobody wanting, and for him to even do this shit is absolutely fucking appalling. Absolutely fucking appalling. But hey, what the fuck do I know? You know. Richard Lee has contacted. There's articles now, him stating that that I'm a scammer and I'm using his family's misery to gain money to scam people and shit. When? Because of the GoFundMe, because I'm on a fixed income, because I'm disabled. I'm sorry, I get only less than $1,000 a month, but hey, I didn't even want to do the fucking GoFundMe. That's yay! BBC News, the Daily Mirror, the Hartlepool News. Yeah, there's articles, and that was a reporter that reached out to me. Not even asking fucking questions. Just I'm a fucking scammer all of the goddamn sudden. I have exophoria in my left eye. I have the same fucking birthmark. Sue could have never given birth, but let's keep calling me a fucking liar. I have to go over there to do it. Because I have recordings proving that FBI, police, and Center for Missing and Exploited Children are all fucking corrupt and I can't get help at all. I take phone calls, I record things, I take screenshots. I'm not stupid. Because if I didn't have evidence, nobody would fucking believe me. I've always had to prove everything I've ever said. That's why I collect evidence. So I can prove it. I'm being villainized for fucking trying just to fucking find out who the fuck I am. Jesus fucking Christ. But I mean, my God. You want Catrice to come home, but you're gonna vilify me, and I have, like, are you fucking kidding me? Come on now. So I'm gonna change my name legally to Grace Marie. I think I even gave her the TikTok too. And that's why there was like 100 people on my live last night. Like, I don't need. I will never beg for anybody to be a part of my life. Show me one wrong move, and you want to talk shit about me not even knowing shit. And I told him you don't do that because you want people to cut. If you want somebody to come forward to find out if they're Catrice or not, but when somebody does, you run their goddamn you run them into the fucking ground. What the fuck are you doing? You either want your daughter home or you don't because you do this shit. You're lucky that like. It's a good thing I'm as strong as I am. Like this is not okay. It's actually fucking. I'm appalled. I'm fucking appalled. Like I'm not sure what the fuck, but it's utterly fucking appalling. Now who's fucking calling me? Oh, watch.
Yes, hello?
Hello?
Yes, they're speaking to Mr. David Sawyer, okay?
Uh-huh.
Okay, we have an unclaimed price package check that you're not yet received. Will you be home today for signing for your delivery?
What do you need from me?
It's coming from the publisher's clearinghouse, okay? It's a delivery. Gonna be at your home today.
Uh-huh. So what is my address?
Okay, just hold on a moment for me. Let me pull up your file.
Hello?
Yes, I am pulling up your file, okay? Just hold the line for a moment.
Uh-huh.
This is Mrs. Diana, right?
No? Who are you looking for? Hello? You trying to figure out what name you're going to call me next? Is that what we're doing? Do you scam people a lot? I was going to give him Linda's information. You want to play? I will give you Linda's. I would give him Linda's information, hands down, 100%. Yeah, I said you scam people a lot, and he hung up. Come on now, I was gonna give him Linda's information. Shit, that's far too late. Ugh. Well, I actually have to go over there if I do. And I have the ticket. However, I'm not sure I want to do it now. If I do it, it would be for Sharon. That's who it would be for. Not him. Because clearly they have my name. Because what happened? Yeah, don't fuck. Know nothing about me, you want to run my name through your mouth. Out your mouth. When I can prove everything I say. Now, see, here's what we're gonna do. Here's what I've decided. If I were to go over there, it would be only if Frankie went with me. That would be the only way I would go. Secondly, if they want my DNA, they could come to me now. I have worked so damn hard and for so damn long, doing all the investigation work by myself, on my own. So why, after all this time, after everything I've done and everything I've collected and everything I've gone through, even bought the ticket. Why would I go over there now after what he said? They want my DNA, they can come to me. Not their other way of fucking around. No, I'm good. See a name? DNA don't make you who you are as a human being. And who you are as a human being means everything. I didn't even know about this shit until that I was even kidnapped till October 20th, 2024. Closure for what? I could just move forward, change my name legally to Grace Marie. Going to the media and running my name out your mouth and lying about me constantly, calling me a scammer and all this shit when I'm on a fucking fixed income, I'm on disability. Here the fuck we going in? Bueno. ¿Cómo estás?
Wow, this is Mrs. Yes, this is Mrs. William.
Who are you looking for? Do you scam people often?
Mrs. William?
You scam people a lot, right? You're a scammer. You are a scammer. That does not work with me. Anything else? Don't call this number again. It's honestly pathetic and disgusting that you do this. How about try getting I don't know. Instead of scamming people, actually do some work, you know? They didn't like what I had to say. Evidently, he didn't like what I had to say, huh? See, I said earlier that if the 4 people that sent me money, you want the money back, I'm more than happy to send it to you. Send me your PayPal, and tell me how much you sent, and I will send it back to you. And I know how much Tracy sent, so and she said she doesn't want it back, so. But I'm 100%. I will send it back when I get paid. As far as me doing my DNA, they can come to me then. I am not the one to play with. All I wanted to do was prove who I really was, and hopefully reunite with my real family. That's all I fucking want. At least want it. I'm done. Over a year and a half. Over a year and a half. I've been trying. I don't know. I have the ticket to go over there. And I don't know if I want to now. I being lied about? For what? You want to find your daughter so damn bad. You want to find your daughter so damn bad, but you're going to go on and talk to the media and lie about me. I'll go if Frankie goes with me. That's when I'll go. If Frankie goes with me, I will go. He doesn't go with me, I'm not going. Because I don't trust anybody. For obvious fucking reasons. Look at everything I've fucking been through in my life. Kidnapped, trafficked, failed sacrifice, branded, over-medicated, used as a fucking slave. Multiple escape attempts. It would never hurt anybody. And always have to prove everything I fucking say. The reason I can't do okay, let me explain why I can't do Ancestry. I did Ancestry. The guy that's in charge of the Ancestry of my DNA is related to my kidnappers. The people that I was kidnapped by were very, very extremely high-ranking Masons, Eastern Star, Order of Amaranth, so on and so forth, dating back to the 1800s. Amos Sutton Hayden, who was president, or fucking, what do you call it? Not president, shit. God, man. Principal of Hiram College was also best friends with, what the fuck's his name? Garfield. President Garfield. And now this isn't good. I have exophoria in my left eye. I have the birthmark on my right lower spine. Right side of my lower back. Right side of my spine. She looks just like the fucking sketch of the suspect. She was 5'8" to 5'10". She's size 10 in men's and probably was actually born male and raised female. And Joan would not have been her biological mother. And someone, a mutual of mine on here, when I posted the pictures on Facebook, had commented, "Does she have sisters?" And I said, "Yeah," and I named the sister and the brother. And she said, "Do you know Ruth Daly?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Becky and Kim, yeah. Yeah, Ruth Daly is still alive. I was told years ago she passed away. And she had seen that photo of Sue and the baby at her parents' house. And her mother told her that Sue that was kin. Related. But no. Yeah. Lord have mercy. See, my ticket also isn't until if I do go. I have time to decide if I'm going to go or not because I can wait till the ticket is set for me to go. Because it's not till um, June. I'm supposed to leave June 4th to go there, and as soon as I got to the airport, I was going to request to speak to Operation Butte. I get less than $1,000 a month, and I pay my bills and that kind of thing, and I do the best I can. And me going over there, if I'm a scammer, why the fuck would I be spending money to go over there? Making less than $1,000 a month. And I live in New York. Come on. Nobody helps me with bills. Nobody helps me with all like that. I do it myself. All I wanted to do is never have I ever reached out to the Lee family. Not one time. Nor would I. That's appalling. It's raining. I love the rain. It's my favorite thing. It calms me. Maybe being a fire sign, that's probably why, I don't know. But I love the rain. I don't know why I love the rain, but I do. The water, like the ocean, lakes, rain. I love it. People usually hate rain, and when it rains and that, I love it. That's why I love Seattle, I think. It's because of the rain. I escaped those people in the end of January 2023 and was homeless in my car for 9 months. Went to the gym 3 times a day. Donated blood. I would get, grocery gift, store, the gift cards at the grocery store, and I'd get myself some food, and I'd get another homeless person food. I gave away blankets. I gave away my personal belongings to help other people. I've always been like that. I spent my last dime on other people to make sure they were okay and went without. Why the fuck would I be I'm fucking appalled. I'm appalled. It's disgusting. You don't know me, and I understand you're hurting, but I made it appalling when I commented on that page. The only time I ever fucking commented, I never once said I'm 100% Catrice. I said there are reasons that I believe I might actually be. I said, I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I never had any intention of them ever finding out about me until after I did the DNA. And I said I was kidnapped and trafficked in that, and I just want to know who I am, and hopefully reunite with my real family if they didn't sell me, or hopefully they want something to do with me after finding out everything I've been through and everything that was done to me. They wouldn't think I was damaged. That's all I wanted. And to get justice for me and the other survivors and the victims that lost their lives because of these monsters. That's been going on for thousands of years. That's all I fucking wanted. And I've always said I always do what's right no matter what the cost is to me. And all of the detective work, everything I've done on my own, while having the most god-awful, fucked up shit said about me. And me being recorded, my lives recorded and posting to YouTube, trying to make me look like a fucking rug addict, a scammer, a beggar, all you name it. But I was a good mom, and they claim I fucking abused my children. Stole my children, stole my ability to have children, and my children believe the lies. Able to convince. They tell judges and doctors and law enforcement and shit what to do. That family does, and they fucking do it. And this shit's been taking such a fucking toll on me and my health. And I'm still supposed to go over there and still deal with this? How do I know I'm not gonna get arrested when I get over there because whatever he fucking said to the fucking police? I had every intention on going and taking all the evidence. The letters and the newspaper clippings and the photos and the memories and my markings and the brandings that obviously they go with me everywhere. The brandings go with me everywhere, and now they're stuck on me. Stuck on you? God, now I'm laughing. I'm on a fucking roller coaster of goddamn emotions, and I hate it, and I hate fucking crying. I cry more now than I ever have in my entire fucking life. Just need to breathe. Woosah. It's diagnosed with so many fucking things. Prescribed so many medications just to keep me, what do they call them, in a chemical straitjacket. I've always had to prove everything they said. I've always had to prove everything I said. Excuse me. I have fucking old injuries that never healed and I didn't even know I had. Doctor thought I was being abused at home. No, I live alone. Most likely from childhood. Probably when I escaped from the cage and ran out the door and when she caught me at the fucking elementary school. And not knowing who I can ever trust. Not ever being able to trust anyone. Except one. Well, getting to be two. Still taking time. And I'm sure she understands. But never been able to trust anyone except one person. Well, and his family, so one and then some. But the main one. No one person I know that would never ever hurt me. I'm tired of fucking crying, you know. Fucking tired of crying. Shit. I could cry at the drop of a hat any fucking more. Sorry. I'm sorry for being so emotional and you know, venting. You know me, I always apologize when I cry and shit. It's a habit. When you go for over 40 years being brainwashed and everything and being, being told that, you know, whenever you cry, they increase your medications and shit. First person ever told me it was okay to cry was Frankie. I had about 3 hours of sleep last night. That's my normal. And I didn't go to bed sleep till after 5 a.m. I can't, like, it's hard for me to sleep at night. Sometimes it's hard for me to sleep in the bed, sometimes it's hard for me to sleep on the couch. And don't get me started on a hotel. I don't sleep for shit at hotels. You know, probably fucking obvious reasons. Being essayed by over 500 people. Drugged, poisoned. FBI's and all them are pieces of shit. Fucking lapdog motherfuckers. Sometimes it's hard for me to sleep on the couch, or it just depends because, you know, of everything. And at night, it's hard for me to sleep at all. I try. I wish that buzzing sensation would fucking go away. It's very, very unpleasant. It's sometimes debilitating. Ever since I saw that goddamn AI picture of that fucking with that fucking article where they found the fucking staircase behind the wall of the fucking old Masonic temple. I wish I could forget. God, do I wish I could fucking forget. What I used to do is I used to do the elevation. Of course, that's the only thing that worked that I was able to do for my pain because they won't help me with my pain here either. I've never been able to get help managing my pain, so fuck. Couldn't even have the surgery to remove the fucking stimulator. They were gonna kill me. So you want to know why that I can't get help from them? Let me tell you how it's the rain. Let me tell you how powerful these motherfuckers are. Okay, you let the doctor know about your memories in those Epstein files because evidently they're in there. That's what I've been told. And he says, "Oh bloody hell," and then changes it, to, I'm sure, I can prescribe you a couple of days worth of pain medicine. And then he's like, "Oh, and by the way, you can't eat anything before or after, for 24 hours before surgery." The fuck? Why? Oh, well, if you do, the anesthesiologist is going to cancel the surgery. Can I have ice cream? Yeah, just nothing solid. Red flag. Right? 2 days before surgery, get a call from the nurse practitioner. We need to change your surgery to Monday from Friday, and it has to be at the main hospital. Uh, are you putting me, like, why? Oh, well, the surgeon is, or the anesthesiologist is afraid they won't be able to control your pain after surgery. Uh-huh. Are you putting me all the way under? No, you're going to be in twilight state. Okay. So, this makes no fucking sense. I'm like, this doesn't make sense. You gotta have the doctor call me. I'm not dealing with you. And so the doctor tells me the same bullshit story. I'm like, no, we're not. I'm not. Everything in me told me not to do that surgery. And so I called the pre-op after he hung up on me. I was gonna go as soon as I got over there. I requested to speak to Operation Butte as soon as I got to the airport. That's exactly what my plan was. That was exactly like I'm not even fucking kidding. My plan was to speak to Operation Butte as soon as I got to the airport. And I've been nervous about it the whole time because I don't know, I can't trust anybody, clearly. And now I'm like, will they do the right thing? Will it be done properly? Will they listen to me? Will they arrest me? Will they believe me? Back to, will they listen to me? I've had FBI agents laugh at me, okay, about this. Like, and the fucked up thing is, Central Texas has my DNA. When I tested to find out if I was Tanya Michelle Williams or not, I looked so like they thought I was Tanya. I found out in 2024, on October 28th, 2024, that I had been kidnapped as a child. The person that came on and told me that was, her name was Heather Enderton. Oh my god, you're my long lost sister named Tanya, you were kidnapped. The name Tanya felt very familiar, and I think it's now I know it's probably because we had been kept together at some point. And well, I tried taking it to the FBI, they didn't listen, you know. What am I supposed to do? And so, because I don't know who the fuck I can trust. I don't know who I can trust. That's the thing. You gotta understand, these people were in the military too. Every one of them. Jack, David Arian, Alta Arian worked for the weapons department in the U.S. Army. Ralph, he was in the Marine. He was in the Army. Jack was a Marine. His brother was a Marine. His sister was in the Air Force, or in the Navy. And his sister was Navy. Um, Supposedly, his other sister was a spy who worked for Henry Kissinger as a secretary, something like that, during the Korean War. I don't know if that's true. I've been lying to my whole fucking life. What the fuck am I supposed? I don't know. Ralph was Army. David Arian was Air Force. Alta worked for United States Weapons Department, and I have the letter. I do have the letter. I took the picture of the letter of that. What else? And when I say they're all high ranking, let's go over the names. The last name, Horton, Hayden, Arian, McCord, Stacy, Trimble, Myers. Carol and Robert Myers lived over in the area at that time when Catrice Lee disappeared because he was stationed over there. He was in the United States Army. I thought when I saw the sketch of the suspect, it was Carol. But then it was a man. I'm like, well, Carol's 5'2". But then I see the picture, and then the picture of Sue, and I'm like, holy shit, yeah. I didn't even know I had any eye condition until I requested to see an eye specialist. And within 15 minutes, a 15-minute exam, they found a small exophoria in my left eye. All I knew growing up, after I escaped and everything, and after they put me in that fucking god-awful family, is my hand-eye coordination sucked, my depth perception sucked, my balance, no. I'm slow at running, slow at writing, and everything else. When I read things, I have to read them a few times just to take it all in. I thought I had dyslexia when it came to numbers because I'd get them flipped around. Everything looks like it's slanted. Nothing looks straight to me. It's always been like that. I had no fucking idea. I'd never even heard of strabismus until I found about Catrice Lee. And the only reason I found out about her is because after the DNA test came back negative for Tanya, I'm like, well, if I'm not Tanya, who am I, I put in the search missing children, late 70s, early 80s around the world, and the first name that popped up was Catrice. I remember the day I was taken. I have memories before I was taken. I think. They're before I was taken. The day I was taken, I remember orange shelving on the left of me, going out a door that opened on its own. The next thing I remember, I was going towards the front of the building. There was a white building on the left side of me, and there was a man, I guess a man, in a gray suit with a gray hat that dipped in the center, and it had a red feather. And I'd say on the right side, because when I'm looking, it was on the right side. I ran up to them. They had an orange safety sucker. They handed it to me, and when they picked me up, they put it in my mouth. And the last thing I remember, they had short, dark hair. I don't know why the fuck I'm crying. I've told this many times. I don't know why I'm crying now. Shit. Anywho, the next thing I remember, I woke up in the back seat of a car. They were tannish leather, or tannish beigeish leather bench seats. There was an ashtray on the back of the front seat on the passenger side and the driver's side. Like my head would have been towards, like if it's an American car, my head would have been towards the passenger side, my feet towards the driver's side. And I remember I was really hot and sweaty, and everything was very bright. And like down lower on the front, on the back of the front seat, it was like fuzzy. Um, and Sue, I remember, would have been in the passenger side, and Jack would have been in the front in the driver's side. And I remember she said, "What if she remembers?" He said, "Don't worry, she's so rude, she won't remember. Just take better care of this one than you did the others." And she said it wasn't her fault. She turned around, the baby fell. He said he didn't believe her because the first time. And they started arguing and he hit her, and that's the last thing I remembered. And then I remembered running. Well, I remember the cage now, and I remember where the cage was kept and everything. But let's go with the memories that I have now. All together. I remember I was kept in a cage. It was at Joan and Jack's house on Cherry Hills Road. The blue house. And I know the address. If you go to the bottom of the steps in the basement, and you go right, and you go off like that, there's the laundry room. And the washer and dryer was like right under the window. And the cage was kept across the like long ways. I would be able to see out that window at night where are all those stars. And the front of the cage was facing like where the bathroom was in the basement, and that door was right there. Um, Linda went into the bathroom and forgot to lock the cage. But when she shut the door, I opened the cage door, and I ran. Went out, and I went around the steps, and I went out the back door. Because the back door of the backyard was in the basement, because it sloped, so the backyard, the bottom of it, was at the bottom. So that's the walkway out to the backyard was at the basement. And I remember I ran, and when I got to the in between the houses, I took a left. And I ran, and I got to the end, and I took another left, and I ran. And I crossed that busy street, and I think it was Spruce Hills Road. And I got to Grant Elementary School. And I was about 10 feet away from the door. I had just gotten under the overhead of it. And Linda grabbed me. And she beat me on the way back to the house. And then continued after she got me in the house. And then the next thing I remember, I was standing at the back of the tub of the shower, and her brother, Sue and Linda's brother, were at the front of the shower, messing with the water, and he was naked. I don't remember what happened. And the next thing I remember is I couldn't stop urinating. This isn't misinformation, jackasses. Violent and criminal behavior? What violent and criminal behavior? The things I've talked about multiple times? You're stupid now because it's coming out. I don't know what you think you're doing. You're fucking stupid now because I don't know what you think you're doing. You don't like the fact that you're being exposed? Tough shit. Tough shit, said the kitty, put the milk dry. Fuck off. This is what I gotta deal with. This is what I gotta deal with. The shit. They won't say anything, they'll just report me. Like quads that they are. It's funny how I've talked about this multiple times, and all of a sudden I'm being flagged for and being reported for violent criminal behavior. What the fuck? What am I doing? I'm sitting up and telling what I remember. Common sense is not that motherfucking common, is it? Jesus H. Christ. Anywho, I remember I couldn't stop urinating. They put me in diapers. I don't know how long they had me in diapers for. Till they got me to the doctor, and it was a while before they got me to the doctor. Well, another time I tried to escape was already after I was put in that family as Heather. She left the car running, and she went in the house, and I drove the car into the garage door. Another time she was driving, and I tried to jump out of the car while it was in motion. I remember being taken to the temple. I remember the sun was over here. It was, I remember where it was in the sky. And it was late afternoon, early evening. And I remember going in the big old Masonic temple on 7th and Brady in Davenport, Iowa. And I remember when you go and off to the left, there was the big room, and I remember it had white linoleum floors. And if you go left and you look ahead, go that and look ahead, there was a big red curtain, and there was a table in front of it with crocheted dolls that were air freshener covers. And I remember the adults wearing dresses and suits, and they with the creepy smiles on their faces. I was always told I was taking their fruit chili dinner. And then I remember being taken down the staircase. And the next thing I remember, I was in a chair of some sort. I couldn't move. Except my head. I turned my head, and when I turned like this all the way as far as I could, I saw half a pillar, and then a fireplace. And there were 3 fireplaces and pillars with torches on them. And the pillars and the fireplaces, they were made out of different sized pebbles. I remember, if I'm looking ahead, there was a table that had to be a little ways away, a bit of ways away, and the adults with blood on their faces about here, a bit of ways away, and the adults with blood on their faces about here.